Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Cosmic, and we finally got the patch notes update for the Brave New World update. And if anybody has watched the live stream yesterday, I was pretty much not feeling it because the update felt very mediocre. That's how it felt like. But yeah, we just have to wait and see how it goes in the gameplay, how the update goes. So let's check this one out for the update details. So we got two new uniforms for Red Hulk and Falcon, Captain America, and we got two new characters, Falcon, Joaquin Torres, and the Leader. Okay, they both got a tier 3, by the way, and we have a new World Boss Legend that was not what I was expecting and not really excited about it anyways. So let's check out this new hero. So you got the Leader, who is a black supervillain male. He's a support villain. Surprisingly, he gives supervillain allies 50% energy attack for his leadership, and his tier 2 passive, 4-star passive, gives to supervillain allies as well damage increase towards superhero and supervillain by 25%, which is very mediocre in my opinion. Is super low. They should bump this to like at least like 40% ish, 40% ish at least. 40% damage increase to supervillain superheroes. That would be much more impactful as a supervillain support leadership. Okay. By the way, he's not a free to play character. You have to spend money to get this guy. You have to get the daily perk for Theory Biometrics. Daily Theory Biometrics. That's how you get this character. Biosub. That's the only way you can get him. And maybe in the timeline quest events, you can get him as well in the timeline quest event. But like that event is gonna come later. I don't think it's gonna come now. It's gonna come later during the update. So first skill and second skill has nothing too impressive about him, just some paralysis. Third skill has panic. Well, panic is a new effect, but hasn't been used as often. But it's a good thing that they have panic in here. He gives 30% recovery max HP for his third skill. He has frenzy buff on his third skill with 50% all attack, all defense, and crit rate 35%. The fourth skill has 5-second invincibility with 100% damage proc for one attack, and the fifth skill has 100% chance to grant immunity to all damage. And he has a 50% all attack from his fifth skill. So he's pretty basic. He's not really that impressive in terms of capabilities and abilities that he has. He has skill damage, bonus damage, and damage reduction by 20%. That's pretty much it for him. He's just a support. That's basically what he is for super villains. Next thing, we have Joaquin Torres. He's a free-to-play character. You can get him for free. Okay, you can get it through the selection of biometrics. He's a speed superhero male character. Okay, he's a tier 3 only. His leadership is not that good at all, just all speed increased by 6%. His tier 2 passive, it gives to Falcon the damage increase towards supervillain faction by 60%. He's a very good support for Captain America, Sam Wilson. Okay, but it says right here applies to Falcon. I don't know if it applies to him as Falcon or Sam Wilson, Captain America Falcon. You know, I don't know if it's him or the other guy, but I'm pretty sure it applies to Captain America Sam Wilson. Okay. He applies to self guaranteed dodge rate and skill damage bonus damage. His 4-star passive it gives him dodge rate increase by 30%, 30% increase physical attack, and when he's dodging, he recovers 15% of his max HP for 1 second on a 5-second timer cooldown. First skill and second skill, there's nothing impressive about it. It's some fracture and paralysis and capacitation. The third skill has a V-pad. Okay, it's a V-pad skill with a frenzy buff and all damage immunity. Frenzy buff goes to 30% all attack, 15% all defense. Fourth skill has 5-second invincibility and also another frenzy buff, which is basically 40% all attack, all defense, and 20% crit rate. And the fifth skill has accumulation. 1% accumulation. That's it. He has burn. He has what else? Paralysis and fracture. He's not gonna be good for ABX or ABL if anybody wants to see that, but he has these effects that are applicable for these days. Okay, if you wish to pair him with another character. Next thing we have Captain America Sam Wilson. Okay. No, he remains the same character, speed superhero male character. The uniform will be a 50%, 40% discount, excuse me. There are some decent changes around here, but gonna see how good he is. So the uniform effect, it gives him 40% all attack, 4% physical attack, excuse me. It gives him 15% chain hit when attacking, a 20% ignore target dodge rate. The leadership is still bad. It gives him like dodge rate increased by 15%. His tier 2 passives gives him guaranteed dodge rate by 30%, skill damage and bonus damage by 40%, 45% respectively. And the 4-star passive, it gives him increased damage dealt to supervillain faction by 50% and decreased damage received by 25%. He is made for PvE hard, especially when you look at this 50% damage increase towards supervillains with the 60% damage increase to supervillains from Joaquin Torres that's going to be applicable to him as well. He's going to hit really, really, really hard. Okay, first skill, nothing too impressive about it. Second skill, it has V-Pad with paralysis. Third skill has burn and dodge rate increased by 60% and ignore target's dodge rate by 70%. Okay, you can easily use a CTP of Rage with this guy when you look at this dodge rate increased by 60% on a 7-second cooldown, and the skill is on a 7-second cooldown. So you're already popping the same buff every 7 seconds. Almost doesn't stop. Okay, next thing, we have paralysis on the fourth skill, 30% recovery of his max HP, and Frenzy Bubble, 40% all attack, all defense, and all damage immunity for 5 seconds. The Frenzy Buff for 7 seconds, which is very, very good. And the skill cooldown is at 7.5 seconds with 50% max skill cooldown. The fifth skill has Burn, and that's pretty much it for ABX. These are the skills for ABX. He has 50% chance to penetrate, super armor, barrier shield, all damage immune. He has basic damage increase by 50% for 2 attacks, and he has 5-second invincibility. So it's really, really good for PvE. You can easily cancel some skills, and you can pair it up with the 50% damage increase for 2 attacks, which is really, really, really good. Now, Red Hulk. Honestly, I might say that Red Hulk is probably the biggest downfall because they did him really, really dirty. Like, actually. Okay? Now, he is a combat supervillain, alright, with a 40% discount on the uniform crystal purchase. So the uniform will cost 40% discount. It's going to be 1,050. And yeah, he still remains these effects, which is really, really good. He used to be a superhero, now he's a supervillain. I prefer him to be a supervillain, but still, once we start reading into his skills, you cannot figure out why he's kind of a downfall and why might people just skip him. So, applies to all allies. So his uniform effect, it gives 15% increase of HP and increased basic damage dealt to supervillain faction by 25%. Okay. The leadership, it applies to all allies, increase fire damage by 70% and immunity to burn effect. The tier 2 passive gives them super armor, all basic defense increased by 30%, skill damage and bonus damage by 40% and 35% respectively, and decreased damage received by 35%. 4-star passive, it gives him a HP, a recovery of his max HP by 5% when HP is below 99%. So he has that Wolverine Hulk auto heal, okay? He recovers 5% of his max HP when HP is below 99%. And when HP goes below 33%, he recovers 60% of his HP immediately. Like, just bump it up by 60% immediately. He goes all the way up to 93% of his HP when HP goes below 33%. And it has a 150-second cooldown, which is basically 2.5 seconds. 2.5 minutes, excuse me. Yeah, this screams PvP, right? It does scream a lot of PvP around here. Okay, first skill has Burn. It has increased basic damage by 50% for 4 attacks. 4 attacks, okay? Bear with me, 4 attacks. The second skill has a V-Pad with Burn. The third skill has Burn with Barrier for 10 hits. The fourth skill has Burn with 5-second invincibility. The fifth skill has Burn with 50% all attack, all defense, frenzy buff, and 30% crit rate. The fourth skill has a reusing skill and time allows additional uses up to 5 times. This basically looks like Gilgamesh fourth skill. Anybody remembers Gilgamesh when you keep hitting the fourth skill over and over and over and over? He keeps hitting the ground, he keeps hitting the ground, he keeps hitting the ground. It's the same thing with Red Hulk. It's basically the same thing with Red Hulk apparently. Okay, now you might think this guy is gonna be good for PvP. I got bad news, bro. He has no penetration. He has no eye from ignore. The invincibility is for like 5 seconds on a 10-second cooldown. On a 5-second cooldown, basically. Okay. Um, like I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. I don't know if they're making him for PvE or they're making him for PvP or they're making him a little bit of both. Cause this dude does not look like he's gonna be used anywhere except for being a leadership and a support. That's it. That's literally it. And it is kind of disappointing because they could have done really great stuff with Red Hulk in PvP. I just don't get why they're making him look so mediocre. They're like, we're not gonna use him anywhere. There's absolutely zero place to use this guy. He has no utility. The effects that he has are just burn, and that's it. Just burn for ABX. No paralysis, no silence, no none of that shit. Okay, he has no eye from ignore. He has no penetration. The damage reduction is decent, 35%. Well, I don't know. And also this uniform effect is kind of weird. You're giving all allies 50% HP, but you're also giving them damage increase to supervillains by 25%. 25% damage increase to supervillains is nothing. You need 40%. You need 40%. 25%, that's basically Ant-Man's daughter. I don't know what's her name. She applies only to speed type allies, where she gives all speed type damage increase towards supervillains by 15%. Yeah, that sounds like that. There's absolutely no reason to build this guy unless you like him. Well, I do like him, then I'm gonna build him. I already have him level 70. I only have to get his gear to 25 and awaken him. That's it. But like this guy cannot be used anywhere. Genuinely speaking, I don't know what to say. I genuinely do not know what to say with this guy. They made him also an awakened character, not even a tier 4. So I don't know. I don't. They have to change things because this is bad. This is really really bad. This is like 2018 effects. Literally, just 2018 effects. Nothing about this dude is valuable to a roster. All right, enough yapping. Falcon tier 4. He's getting tier 4. It's a pretty mediocre tier 4 skill. It looks like the same way as Gladiator's tier 4 skill. Okay, where he gains 40% all attack every 1 second up to 160, while Falcon gets 30% all attack every 1 second up to 120%. Okay, he gets 30% physical attack increase every 1 second up to 120% for 10 seconds. That's it. Joaquin Torres gets a tier 3. Okay, has ignore, dodge, invisibility, damage increased by 100% for 1 attack. Leader gets a tier 3. 80% dodge, 80% chance to penetrate with super armor, barrier shield, all damage immune, invincibility, and a second invincibility. Alright? That's it. Red Hulk and She-Hulk got an awakening. Okay, the awakening skill are almost the same. Crit rate, crit damage increase, ignore, dodge increase, 70% chance to penetrate, super armor, barrier shield, all damage immune, invincibility, all that kind of stuff. 7-second debuff removal, 8-second invincibility, and frenzy buff, 25% all attack, all defense. Literally the same goes with her. They have the same effects. Both of them. So, yeah. We also have a new war boss. Okay, new war boss, and this new war boss is none other than Black Dwarf from Ebony Maw. I hate. Listen, Marvel developers, please listen to the community. This is trash. This that we see right here is trash. You are reusing existing characters as new world bosses when you have a plethora of other characters in the Marvel Universe they can use as War Boss Legend. This is trash. You had an opportunity to build 4 new World Boss Legend, 4 new characters altogether, okay? But you mashed them up in 2 and 2, where you gave us Proxima and Corvus as a World Boss Legend, and you gave us Ebony Maw and Black Dwarf as a World Boss Legend. These are existing characters. We do not need them to be reused. We absolutely do not need this shit. Nobody asked for this shit. No one cares about this shit. People, players, when they're asking for a new world boss, they're mostly asking for a new native tier 3 to be added so they can build him, so they can see how good he is. Okay? Not this, let me just reshuffle existing characters that are tier 3 or tier 4 like Ebony Maw, and then we're gonna put them at the World Boss Legend Plus, okay? And we call it a day. This is a reason why nobody plays Corvus and Proxima. Okay, there's a reason why people play existing world bosses like what's her name, Black Swan. She's a World Boss Legend Plus, same as these guys, but they will play her than these guys because her is more fun. She's a new character, brand new effects, brand new everything. This is basically just a reshuffling of and reusage of other characters that we already have in the game. Okay, there is a reason why I don't play Proxima because of this crap. We're fighting the same bosses that we used to fight before. Okay, and they'll probably have the same mechanic as the World Boss Ultimates, most likely. So, yeah, this is not really fun at all. Please, please, just listen and scrap this shenanigans, okay, from this day on forward. Never bring this up again. Nobody cares about this. This is not profitable. This is not really fun. It's not really exciting. I saw this in the live stream. My hype went from going down to below 0 because it's straight up trash. Nobody cares about this. I'm being sincere with you guys. It's not really that fun. It really is not. So please stop doing this. I hope this is the last time you guys are doing this shenanigans. Don't do this again. Scrap it off. Move on. Bring new characters as new World Boss Legends. That's it. That's the plan. That's how it should have been. That's how it's always been. Okay? Thank you. Now, you have these conquer level rewards. I don't care about them because I'm most likely never touching this. Okay? They have a new effect where you have to gather as much of these dots, these orange dots, so you can deal more damage and stun Ebony Maw. I think that's what they said in the live stream. You have to gather as much of these dots, these orbs, so you can stun Ebony Maw or Black Dwarf and then deal damage while they're stunned. Okay, this world boss also has the various CTPs, which is a mighty energy, regeneration, destruction, judgment, authority, greed, refinement, and insight can be acquired when clearing Black Dwarf. Yeah, like hell if I'm gonna get these. I've been playing world bosses for like 4 years or 5 years now, ever since Null was introduced. Not once did I get a mighty CTP from that crap. Yeah, chances are super low, especially when it comes to these guys, since they're like the most difficult ones. This is basically the clearance for these characters. There's also the preset where you can set the dealers screen and world boss, kind of similar to what do you call it, Alliance Conquest, when you can set the dealers, but like you can just log into the game and go to the match and the team or whatever you set, so you don't have to reset it all over again. I don't get why they did that, but okay. We have 4 new artifacts. Okay, for leader, it applies to self, increase basic damage dealt to enemies with 50% or below by 20%. We have Falcon, Walking Taurus, it applies to self as well. Increase all basic attack by 15% and 20% chance to dodge all attacks. It's basically the Giga Dodge where he dodges everything that's thrown at him. Red Hulk and Red She-Hulk, both of them have the same artifact. It increases all elemental damage by 20% and additional 0.5% of total instincts. Literally the same thing. Literally the same thing. Okay? Same thing over here, same thing over there. They have the same artifact. Okay? This is the feature pass, by the way. It's right over here if you guys can see it. Alright. We have 4 new special icons. 5, excuse me. We have Captain America, Sam Wilson. We have Red Hulk, We have Hydra, we have fucking Walking Taurus, and we have White Fox 2025 icon. We have the uniform collection. Okay, this is the uniform collection. We have the update hot deals, which is basically these packages that you can spend some amount of money. You get like a custom CTP removal for 24 hours for free without spending crystals to remove and put CTPs in and out. We got a bunch of them. The hot runes, not the hot runes, excuse me. The rune of return pack, the rune of return, which is basically once you mess up one of these swords that you're awakening, okay, and you get a color that you don't need, you can always use the rune of return, so you can remove that color and place another color again. So, yeah, this one, the CTP unequipped pack is probably the best one. Nobody's gonna spend crystals on the Urus. Nobody's gonna spend crystals on the rune of return. Maybe some. And we have this 100 million gold pack, which is okay with 2,200 crystals, but I'm not gonna spend money on gold because gold is so easy to farm. Like, I can farm 50 million gold in a day, probably, because this is not really helpful. Yeah, it's really good. It's actually the only good one is the CTP unequipped package. That's the only good thing about it. We have the starter relay. These are the starter relays. We have 6-star selector, 1,100 crystals, tier 2 mega ticket with 10 euros or $10. You have the first potential, tier 3 advancement ticket, also for $10. We have tier 3 selector, also for $10. We also have the premium comic card chest, one premium comic card chest, and 500 crafting cube for $10. This one is the best one. For €5 or $5, okay, you get 1,100 crystals. Excuse me. Yes, you do. Yeah, 1,100. Yeah, 660 and 550. Yeah, yeah. You get yourself 1,100 crystals, which is good. Really good. 1,100 or 1,200. Yeah. This is a really good package for €5. I mean, when you think about it, the Stark stash gives you 2,800 crystals for almost the same price. But that's a continuous. That's like continuous. That's like day after day, you're farming the crystals. I don't know if this is a good deal. I mean, I think it's decent. I think it's a decent deal. I genuinely think it's a decent deal. Yeah, yeah. I think it's a decent deal. 1,100, 1,200 crystals. I think it's a decent deal. That's decent. I think this is the best package. It's either this one for me or this one, premium comic card. It's either these two. The tier 3 selector, mega tier 2 advancement tickets, all that kind of stuff. You don't need that because the tier 3 selector is going to be very limited to specific amount of characters, and right now you can almost get any character to tier 3. It's so easy to get a character to tier 3 nowadays, like so easily ridiculous. You could probably, if you have like a stacked up account like mine, you could probably get like 2 tier 3s or 3 tier 3s in one day. I'm just saying. Yeah, we have the Mega Tier 3 advancement ticket. This costs like €30. This one costs another €30 for Advanced Potential Transcendent ticket. This applies to, what do you call it? Tier 1 characters. Basically just Tier 1 characters. Doesn't apply to native Tier 2s or native Tier 3s, but what it does is that it takes your character from level 70 to level 80, I think, all the way up in one ticket. Okay, we also have another one over here. Gives you tier 3 mega advancement tickets. Kind of decent, but you probably don't need it. Alright. Next thing, we have the not Giant Boss, excuse me, Alliance Battle Extreme. You can basically retry Alliance Battle Extreme right now, but you can only retry it once the battle is cleared. That's it. we try and consume resources as well. Yeah, but like almost nobody's gonna do that because we're just going to the training mode to test things out, and then from the training mode we can immediately apply that strat in the normal mode or the live mode, basically. What I would say. We also have some quality of life changes with the artifact, where you can just select artifacts and you can compare it to other artifacts, and you can see which one has a higher grade or whatnot. Okay, we also have some display for the pop-up dispatch and uniform shop that displays resource information when purchasing items. Seems okay. We also have a button increase by 100 points has been added to agent bonus screen. This is basically a quality of life changes. Okay, so whatever. We also have the bulk enchantment. Okay, we can auto dismantle it. The things that you do not need. Okay, you can just auto dismantle it right now, immediately. Some quality of life changes, and that's pretty much it. We also have some quality of life changes as well in Alliance Conquest for the name Slum Harlem. Slum has been changed to Harlem in Manhattan in the names. Epic Quest stuff for the X-Men X Force as well, and some game error fixes for Nick Fury, and being displayed bronze 5 on the results after friendly mission. Other word battle has been fixed. Yeah, some quality of life changes, but this update overall feels a little bit dry. Yeah, I'm very disappointed with Red Hulk. I would say I'm very disappointed with Red Hulk. I feel like Red Hulk could have been properly used on a gamma radiation team, gamma tag, basically gamma radiation tag team, where this gamma radiation right over here, if you guys can see it, where you can pull up a full team of gamma radiation tag characters of the Hulk, Red Hulk, and another gamma radiation tag. Maybe the leader could have been used for that. The leader could have been used for that. Unfortunately, he cannot, because we don't know if he has a gamma radiation tag in here. They don't reveal it. He's a human male supervillain blast character. Yeah, no tags, unfortunately. Ability, oh, there they are, the abilities. Mind resist and evil. That's it. He doesn't have the gamma radiation, even though he's infused with gamma radiation. Makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, but it is what it is. Um, yeah. Um, Red Hulk could have been used properly for a PvP team with Hulk, but I don't know what to say. I'm kind of disappointed with Red Hulk. I'm kind of disappointed with how this, like the start of this update just seems like Sam Wilson Captain America. Literally, literally, almost these two whack ass. They're not gonna be used for anything. This guy is gonna be used for leadership. This guy's gonna be used. He's not gonna be used anywhere except for being a support for Falcon, Captain America Sam Wilson. That's it. As a standalone character, this guy is whack, straight up whack. This guy too, he is whack. Okay, who else? This dude is whack. They're all whack except for this guy. It's like they made it on purpose so that he can look good. Why would you do that? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I hate these sort of updates where they're just focusing on one character and everybody else is neglected. Like just straight up neglected. Um, I hope they reshuffle Red Hulk and give him some other buffs. Make him PvP. Straight up make him PvP because it's not gonna be used anywhere. And these two whack asses not gonna be used anywhere either. This guy's gonna be used as a support for ABX. Alright, for a Blast Male Supervillain Day in ABX, there's a Blast Male Supervillain Day in ABX as well. There's that. And he's gonna be used over there. Okay, he's gonna be used over there with what's his name? With Doctor Strange and Mysterio. Yeah. This guy's not gonna be used anywhere except for being a support for Falcon, and that's it, literally. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm just very disappointed with the Red Hulk. Big time. Big time. So yeah. that's the patch notes, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys excited for this update? Are you guys not? Do you guys feel this update is dry? Let me know in the comment section down below. How do you guys feel about this? Is this really exciting for you? Are you really happy that Red Hulk is finally getting something, but it's not what you expected? I'm happy that Captain America is getting something good. He's gonna be really. I hope he's a very promising character for PVE, because if he's not, that's gonna suck balls. But yeah, that's pretty much the update. We're just gonna wrap it up right, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and share to help the channel grow. Hit the notification ring bell so you don't miss out on any of the upcoming videos I'll be posting on this channel. Join my Discord server, the link is in the description box below. And I will see you guys all in the next video. Take care. Peace.